The North Star that we converged on last week was basically just a restatement of the direction we've been on anyway, which is why, this wasn't kind of like an intense, annual strategy rebase or anything. This is basically clarifying what we've been doing and just making it much more clear for us, for everyone, for you. And that clarity is, we believe the future for blockchain is in the provability domain. Now, that sounds ridiculously abstract, right? What do I mean by provability? Well, provability that can manifest in a bunch of different ways, but knowing that when some operation executes on our platform in our public blockchain space, you can have high confidence that that transaction executed properly. So you don't have to have the same types of fears of, say, bridges being hijacked by 51% attacks or exploited and funds disappearing. A lot of the big problems that we have in this space today, but actually constructing systems and originally thinking in terms of circuits with our Lattice product, and now, interestingly, refined into thinking, let's just go for the gold on this one. Let's go for the zk-EVM, the zero-knowledge enabled Ethereum virtual machine. So there are some really good reasons to do this, but I think focus is probably the most important one. So if this thesis of provability is important, and provability is critical for scale, and scale that doesn't compromise on security. So other projects that are out there that, by the way, are very successful in their own right, so we're not trying to discount them at all, and we really need to deep dive on validating our assumptions. But provability here means that we can actually have completely decentralized, permissionless scaling chains, or a system that scales. So, this is what Zendu was all about. This is what the Lattice product was all about, so that we can actually spin up chains and have like a blockchain of blockchains ecosystem, one where you don't have to rely on trusted validators. And then one could challenge that and say, that's cool and everything, but then this token mint launch is actually trusting validators. And this EVM that we're building is about trusting validators. Now, there's a reason for that, because we want to go to market quickly and because we just need to demo and deploy certain key capabilities while we build towards that holy grail of our industry. And that holy grail of our industry is unprovability. And this is why you have our competitor projects, like now Polygon has emerged as probably one of the fiercest dominant competitors in the ZK space. You have ZK Sync, you've got Starkware, you've got others that have been building out significant capabilities for scalability without compromising security. You can say that our industry has advanced significantly, and the fact that we've deployed DeFi and NFTs and some other interesting smart contract use cases is huge, but I would still argue that we're at the infancy of this industry's growth. And if we're going to get out there and really solve real problems in the real world, we need scale. And we need scale that doesn't compromise security. And this is why we're focusing very much on the zk-EVM concept. So the third reason that I was out there was we're going through this technical team transformation where we're migrating to just agile methods for doing things and organizing groups and so forth. So that was kind of an administrative thing that's absolutely critical, but I can report that everything seems to be exactly on track. So going back to this North Star concept, they're great, but you don't want to bank your entire future on one single hypothesis, right? As an organization, as an ecosystem, the cool thing about the strategy that we have is that even if we bake in the zk-EVM as our North Star, this is that big goal that some of the biggest players are trying to solve, we have a variety of short and medium term deliveries that are absolutely key, like Token Mint right now in process of delivery. And what it does for us, besides the ability to mint fungible and soon non-fungible tokens, which is critical, it battle tested our SDK, which led to many improvements already, and it got us much better at delivering. Right, so it's in process now. We've delivered to testnet. We're in process of scheduling the mainnet delivery, but still delivery is delivery, and we must get much better at it as an organization. The second thing that we're doing, this EVM integration, is a solid precursor to the zk-EVM for obvious reasons, because if we're going to integrate a zk-EVM, it pays to have experience integrating an EVM, but it has many short and medium-term benefits. It opens up our ecosystem to the EVM world, which we cannot understate the importance of: tools, compatibility, opening smart contracting deployments, and so forth, while we keep pushing forward on zk-EVM. So the community at this point can just build and deploy their own smart contracts. This is a key difference for our ecosystem, for Horizen. As soon as this EVM goes live, compared to our entire history up until that point, where it was Horizen Labs, ZBF, the foundation, or select key design partners that were building with us. This means that anyone in the world who is comfortable with deploying in Ethereum or all of the other EVMs can deploy with us on their own and not require any of our support. This is the key thing. And while that's going on, our R&D team is just powering forward on a key streamlined, more focused R&D path. So one that might even lead us to make decisions like abandoning, or let's not say abandoning, but maybe retiring our darling proving system development, where we were actually inventing our own proving system. Number one, because a proving system that was sufficient for our needs didn't exist previously; it wasn't available. And now, like we've learned a lot from it, and now we're more flexible and understanding of the rest of the marketplace. So we might actually pivot to something like Plunky 2. And you've heard conversation about this in the previous months. We've been evaluating it, and it might make sense, or something similar like that.